part of my life story on how God transformed me and I ended up as a little person. Being a little person in life is not a problem. It's never a problem. But I want to share with you part of my life story on how God transformed me when God transformed me and I ended up as a lady with little height when naturally I am not a lady with little height. Naturally I'm not a little person. I don't have any gene of a little person in me, but what the package you see now, the person you see now in front of your camera is a lady of little height, a proud and beautiful lady of little height. Okay, I just want to share with you on a story on that. But before I dive into it, if you are a returning subscriber to my channel, you are welcome. If you are coming here for your first time, please do well to support the growth of my channel, of our channel, because this channel is actually for I and my beautiful daughter. Remember, I told you in one of my videos that I am a mom. I am a special mom with little height. If you have not watched the video, please kindly do well and go and watch the video. So if you are coming for the first time, do well to support our channel. I and my daughter and myself, do well to support our channel by liking, subscribing, and turning on your notification bell. Very important. So I'm known as a unique lady. I do motivational content, lifestyle content, and fun-filled content. That is comedy with the main aim to motivate and encourage you to live your life to the fullest. Enjoy no matter whatever challenge you may be going through. Okay, back to our life story. Let's continue. What happened? That I was not born a little person, but I ended up being a little person. And how did God transform me? When I was born, in those days, as He told me, because as young and as tender as that, I cannot recall anything at this age. When my parents told me that when I was born, and when I was just at the age of 2 weeks old, in those days, there was a particular vaccination that was always given to babies after birth. After some weeks, when they put birth to children, after some weeks, they used to give them some injection, some vaccinations. So, when I was 2 weeks old, I was being taken to the hospital for that particular vaccination to be given me. And the doctor who was supposed to give me that particular vaccination, they made an error and gave me overdose. They gave me a dosage that was above my age. Instead for them to give me a dosage that was supposed to be given for a 2 weeks baby that I was, they gave me the one that was for a 3 months old baby. So because of that, it was too harsh on my bone marrow. It was too harsh on my bone. So it caused my bone marrow to develop water. Normally your marrow is not supposed to have water. It caused my bone marrow now to develop water. When I was becoming older, I was not able to walk. My legs were weak, I could not stand on my feet. Because of that water on my legs, I was not able to walk. I was only sitting at the same spot. If the war is coming to an end and somebody do not come to take me from where I'm sitting, I cannot do anything. Because of that injection, my legs were, I would not really say paralyzed, but they were weak. I could not really do anything. I could not stand. And how did that then affect my growth? When they give birth to children, they move around and play. It is not for nothing. When they move around and play, that's exercise that they move around, they play, they eat, they sleep. It's not for nothing. It helps their body now to be active. It helps their body to be active. And so when they are active now, their bones becomes flexible and develop in height. They are growing. Yeah, they grow. And as a result of growing, they are developing in height, you know. So since I was just dormant, I could not walk. There was no way for me to do any physical exercise. I was always on the same spot, just there like that. If you want to go and eat myself, somebody need to come and carry me. If I want to sleep, somebody need to be there to help me. I want to, in short, I just needed somebody around me to be able to give me a helping hand in whatever I wanted to do. So since I was not able to walk, I was just at the same spot. So my legs could not develop in size. My body could not develop in height, you know. And I was in that situation to 2006. I was in that situation to 2006 when God did a miracle in my life. And what miracle did God do in my life? I'm going to be sharing with you what God did in my life that transformed my life, took me from sadness to happiness, took me took me out of a wheelchair to a lady who can stand, who is standing and walking on her feet, took me out of depression to happiness. I'm going to be sharing with you what happened from that 2006 that the lady you see in front of you now is able to walk when she could not walk initially. What happened that um I what happened that I'm able to walk now. So, you know, when you are just sit on the same place and you cannot walk, your bones do not develop inside. And by the time they wanted to, and by the time that transformation happens in my life, it was already and I started being active now. It was already above the age that, you know, I was normally supposed to grow in size. So I just had to increase a little bit, and then now I started growing, but, you know, becoming healthier. I could not longer grow in height. So that is why the lady you see in front of you, who is not naturally a little person, ended up as a little person. But no regret though, I'm thanking God for my life. He has just made me unique. He has made me unique. He has made me special. He has made me a star. God knows why everything happens in your life. In that situation in your life, never give up. God knows. God knows why it is like that. And he will take you out of it if it is will. And if it is not his will, still remain very happy. Still thank him. Still celebrate him. Still see yourself as somebody who has many things to offer in that situation. See yourself as somebody who has to live life to the fullest in that situation. Because when I was down, when I was still in the wheelchair, I never gave up. And I was not sad. I told myself that, God, I told myself before God, that God, if this is your will, that I will never walk, then so shall it be. But if it is still your will that I will walk one day, I don't know how, but you alone who knows everything, you know how it will happen if it is your will. If it is your will, let it happen. And it was his will that I should walk. It was the will of God that I should stand up from a wheelchair. It was the will of God to take me out of being a cripple. And that is what actually happened. How it happens, I'm going to be sharing with you in our next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, because I'm always here to share my story. My story at times, it is painful. It is painful to share at times, but very, very motivational to encourage you to see that that problem that you are into, it is not the end of life, and it is not maybe even a problem to be considered something that will really take away your happiness. It's not a problem to be considered in such a way that will really take away your your self-esteem. It is not a problem to be considered in such a way that will take away your smile. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because somebody need to hear my voice. Somebody need to hear my story. Somebody need to listen to me speak, because I know that somebody is going through something, that all of my story will take you out of that situation. All of my story will take you out of that depression. All of my story will take you out of that stress. Thank you so much, and I'm going to be seeing you in our next video, as we're going to be sharing how God took me out of a cripple to a old lady. What happened and how did it happen? Thank you so much, and stay blessed. Bye bye.